What I've heard the story before. They've not. Not before I skip to the end. Skip to the middle. What's it called? The second series or the first series where you actually stormed off like a little girl at one point?
No, it was a very difficult and ambitious show to make. And when we made the first series, you know, the scripts that Simon just wrote, and I was very lucky to get involved with it at a very early stage. When they first started writing it, probably about over a year, I think, before we actually made it. In about 18 months, I had the first draft of the script, and I was on board, so I could think about it for a long time. And usually in TV, especially in comedy, directors get brought on last, so I had a lot of time to think about it, and so we could really hit the ground running when we started filming it. And the scripts are already pretty ambitious, but you know, I made them more ambitious, and it just kept kind of escalating. Then when we came to the second season, you know, the scripts were written as the first ones had ended up, and then I tried to put all my stuff on top of that, and occasionally it just led to complete kind of meltdowns. We just tried to do way too much on like sort of the budget and the schedule, and there was one day where what's weird about the show is that we wouldn't shoot it like another TV show where we would shoot an episode a week to save money, because it wasn't a big budget show. We would shoot the entire 7 episodes in a big jumble, like an 8-week shoot covering all 7 episodes, and occasionally you would get days where you'd do a scene from every episode, like back to back, and it started to get very confusing. And there was one lunchtime that when lunch was called, I started walking and didn't come back, and was found in a phone box crying to our producer Naira Park. I don't want to come back. You have to get somebody else.
Who are you calling?
I don't. Well, when I came back to set 45 minutes later, everybody was really nice to me. It was like I just had a stroke. It was like, are you okay? It was I've never done that since. So maybe it's a good idea. Have a few more tantrums.
It's just an adorable story. Did you have the beard then?
It was a
little bearded child
crying
in the phone box.
A beard of young tears.
People drop by, look at that freak child.
He cried because he's got a beard.
He's not here, but let's talk about Nick.
Yeah, Nick was a waiter in a restaurant in North London. He wasn't even a waiter who wanted to be an actor. He was just a waiter who wanted to wait tables and earn money that way to afford money for ecstasy.
I learned he made me a strawberry margarita.
Yeah, he was very good at it as well. But he's just the funniest man I've ever met in my life, and he was so entertaining, and you know, we met and we fell in love very deeply, and we were hanging out all the time. He used to do this character called Mike, who was a very sort of the territory line with the Weekend Warriors kind of guy who was very patronising and sort of all this kind of stuff. He was slightly older than he is in the show, and when we were making space, I said, can I have Mike and put him into our show, and then you can play him. Unfortunately, there was another actor on our sort of SAG equivalent, which is called Equity, called Nick Frost. So when they looked him up on the computer, they went, I don't know, I see this actor exists. And it wasn't even fucking him. It was some other guy who has since retired and killed himself. Sorry. No, he actually did. This guy apparently was turning up to auditions and was just getting sick of the faces of the people doing the auditions, going, oh. They thought it was going to be my Nick, but it wasn't. Nick used to blush when he acted in the early stages. He was so kind of like, I always see Nick as like little Jason, you know, it's that kind of guy who just comes out of nowhere and just steals everything totally, you know. And
he came totally fully formed, didn't he? Practically in costume.
Yeah.
On set. You know, we didn't write him, he wrote that character, really. Yeah. We just gave him words.
And now he has tantrums about the size of his trailer.
There's a point in the second episode of the first series where Nick at the house party was the first time he'd ever spoken on camera. Like, he hadn't done anything before. So when you see those scenes, that's like literally the first time Nick had ever really acted. And the first time I met Nick, like in a pub, I think after we saw, it was Matt Lucas and David Walliams show, and he didn't really say anything all night. He was just incredibly shy. And I remember saying to Simon that I wasn't kind of sure. I said, is this a good idea? They're not actors.
And Simon said, no, he's just had a quaalude, that's all.
But he's always very incredibly modest on set, and he would always say this thing whenever I would try and direct him. I gave him like a note after a take saying, oh, that was great, but next time see if you can hit that mark on the first line instead of the second line. He'd always go, please be aware I am not an actor. And he still says that. He said that on Hot Fuzz and on Sean as well.
I texted him a second ago just to tell him that, you know, we were watching the show in the ArcLight, because, you know, he's obviously been here before, and to send a message to you guys, but it's 5 in the morning then, so I forgot. Otherwise, I should have done it.
What kind of story was that?
Sorry.
It didn't end with like, and then he committed suicide.
Like most of my stories do.
So the show airs and is it an instant hit?
I'd say it probably comparatively similar to something like Arrested Development, in that it was very quick, very well received critically, huge kind of like loyal fan base. I guess it was around the time that the internet was really taking off. There was a fan site which exists called Spaced Out, which one lady, and they started the fan site during the 3rd episode of the first series. So. But it didn't get kind of huge ratings, and it was, you know, enough to get a second. We already had a second series, and you know, it was picking up a head of steam. But it was
the people who liked it loved it.
Yeah.
And after we finished filming the second series, it was after the first series had aired, and during the time the second series was airing, I decided to go off. I wanted to just kind of take a break. And I went off for a month. I went to India, to the beach, and I spent every day in the same little cafe, and there was a lovely guy from Birmingham, Dave, who was always there, you know, like a big leathery lizard stoned out of his head, just sort of wandering around. We always just say, hi Dave, how you doing? He'd say, hi, how you doing, all right? And every single day for a month, we sort of had the same ritual, having tea all day. And then just the day before we left, we had the conversation, and I said, oh, well, what do? You know, you finally talk to someone. And he was like, oh, you know, I'm just travelling around, you know. And he said, what about you? And I said, oh, well, you know, I'm an actress, I do stuff like that. And my husband said, oh, she's being honest, she does stuff on telly, she's been in the royal family. He went, oh, right, she did. And he said, oh, yeah, she's done this other thing called Space. And he went, you're joking? Space, I love that series, the first series. I'm away with me mates taping it. I said, yeah. He said, who are you in that? I'd seen it every single day. I said, well, I'm Daisy. I'm like, you are joking! He couldn't believe it, but he was just so excited. And the thing is, we didn't have many fans, but we had fans like that. You know, the quality. That's what I'm talking about. Fans. Quality, right here.
I like the fact that he was such a big fan, he didn't recognise you.
Yeah, but I was incognito, you know. I was kind of, you know, wandering around on a beach with short hair. Why would he?
And he killed himself.
Not funny, Simon.